Hello and welcome, Bobcat fans. Tonight begins the first of a 2-week road trip series that will take PCS into the postseason. This evening, your Bobcats have traveled to Amite, Louisiana to take on Oak Forest Academy Yellow Jackets. OFA was a South AAA Division II opponent last season, but dropped to AA this time. The MAIS reconfigured alignment. This week, the MAIS released the new alignment for the years 2013 to 2015. And Oak Forest will return to the AAA ranks when those new alignments take effect. The divisions, however, were not announced yet, but it's almost certain that Oak Forest will be a South AAA Division II foe. So let's take a look back at how this season has gone for both squads to this point. Of course, you know PCS has clinched a playoff berth last week on senior night in Hattiesburg over Park Lane. Moved to 7-2 on the year, 4-2 in conference play. In that game against Park Lane, PCS built a large lead, but 4 fourth-quarter turnovers. 4-1 conference mark. I apologize. They had 4 fourth-quarter turnovers last week that helped the Pioneers close the gap to 28-21 before Stephen Jones put the game on ice with a late interception at the goal line. As big as that win was for PCS, it came at a price. Star running backs Fate Island and Lee Seigers, who have led this PCS ground attack, suffered injuries and will most likely be out for the remainder of the regular season. Oak Forest enters tonight with a record of 4-4, but 3 of those 4 wins have come in their 3 most recent games over Brookhaven Academy, Central Private, and Trinity Episcopal. Brookhaven and Trinity were road games. Central Private, the last home game here, and tonight it's senior night here at Oak Forest. This Yellow Jacket squad is especially tough when it comes to running the football. Senior fullback Race Riggins will lead the OFA rushing attack behind an experienced offensive line. On the defensive side of the ball, Austin Lee will key the Jacket defense. And the whole team is led by quarterback Carter Capdebos. Big quarterback, 6'2", 200, got a rocket arm. With that, I'll introduce my broadcast partner for this evening's game, Chip Jones, who makes his broadcast debut for you tonight. Chip, tell us what to look for from in this new look PCS backfield tonight.
Well, Nathan, thanks for having me. In practice this week, number 9, Hunter Norton, took most of the snaps at tailback. Tyler Young can also play there. Stephen Jones can also play there. But I think that Coach Hawkins wants to leave Stephen and Tyler at their respective positions and let Hunter be predominantly the tailback. Now, he's going to have to be spelled some because he's been playing defense as well. So we'll see how Coach Hawkins and his coaching staff keep Hunter from getting too tired in this ball game. But that looks to be how they practice this week and how they're going to try to get this thing done tonight.
And we have had the captain's meeting in the coin toss, as you see, and PCS will be receiving the opening kickoff. And just a couple of notes that we'll talk about as we go through this game. Some of you may not be so familiar with Oak Forest. They are a good trip away from Hattiesburg, but we do have some common opponents. As we mentioned, they were in our division last year. Realignment changed that AA, and they will come back. But they played Capaya to open the season. Capaya opened the season on the road and won that game 32-14. And then a few weeks later, played Park Lane here in Oak Forest and lost 26-0 to Park Lane, the team that PCS defeated 28-21 last week. Last year, Oak Forest had a tough year. Went 4-8 last year, had several injuries to key players. 2 years ago, however, they did play for the AAA Division II championship in a season where they accumulated 9 wins. And this is a very hungry team, as head coach Jason Brabham has been quoted to say they want to get back there. They know they were better than that 4-8 mark last year. In fact, in 5 of the last 8 years, they have had 7 or more wins. They're at a 4-4 mark this year with 2 games left. Won't quite get to 7, but if they win out, they can get to 6-4, a big improvement over a 4-8 year last year. And one big thing that Coach Jason Brabham talked about, 16 returning starters for this Oak Forest team. Very big thing in MAIS football. 8 of those on defense and 7 on offense. And then the special team extraordinaire kicker also is returning for that 16th starter. One note, however, is an Oak Forest home game. Thought it'd be important to mention that they are 1-2 at home. And right now we're going to pause for the invocation and the national anthem coming your way. But first, we're going to show you a couple of things coming your way through our title sponsor, Play On Sports.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're going to try to dictate to you what you're going to do on both offense and defense. We're going to come at you.
One shot at this.
Now it's time to put the hats on and go get some work done.
So they're all going to look to make a statement early.
We welcome you back to the campus of Oak Forest Academy as we just had a very rousing national anthem from a very talented 7th grader. I believe that's a 7th grader, am I right?
7th or 8th, I believe they said.
Very talented young lady here at Oak Forest. And we are getting set, and both teams have yet to take the field. It again is senior night here at Oak Forest. Had the ceremonies pregame, and a load of seniors for this squad. They were very inexperienced last year, as we mentioned in the pregame. And coming into this season, a lot of expectations coming up as they were able to, however, rally late in the year. A lot of those losses in that 4-8 mark where early in the season to non-conference foes, Oak Forest was able to rally and make the playoffs last year, even with a 4-8 record, a 3-1 mark in conference play last season.
Yeah, they had most of those seniors out there for the coin toss and had a lot of them and good size in that group as well. So.
That's one thing that Jason Brabham said was, this is may not be the fastest, may not be the best skill set or the quickest or whatever it may be, but this is the biggest and toughest team that he's had since he's been here at Oak Forest. Several linemen, 6'3", 6'2", 230, 250 plus. We'll highlight those. And when you've got a quarterback that's as big as some of your linemen, that you've got a special talent. I mean, Carter Capdebos, 6'2", 220 at quarterback. And he has a rocket arm. Now, the last few squads we've seen of Oak Forest haven't been very deep in the throwing game, but
and that's really something that the Bobcats want to do. They want to put Oak Forest into passing situations. If they can get to 3rd and 6, 3rd and 8, and force Oak Forest to pass, they will feel like that has been a successful defensive series for us.
Handling the kicking duties for the Yellow Jackets will be number 20, Zach Kent, one of the seniors, 5'7", 185. He will handle the kicking duties tonight. Back deep for your Bobcats, familiar number 9, Hunter Norton. He'll be joined with number 1, Tyler Young. And we are set to kick this one away. End-over-end kick right down the center, fielded by Young at about the 2-yard line. He'll charge middle, trying to find blockers, spins and lunges forward about the 25-yard line. And that's where PCS will begin the evening. We'll see a lot of fresh faces on offensive skill positions. We see Rand Henderson coming in first and foremost as a split out here. Stephen Jones, Chris Addison.
Michael Griffin in at fullback, Nathan.
See Mikey in at some fullback. We mentioned Lee out, so we'll see a little speed package here, Norton. And we'll see Robbie Broadhead getting some action on offense. He's in the slot to the far side of the formation. Shotgun for Patterson with Norton off of his right shoulder. Henderson split wide to the left. Addison to the near side. Zone read. This is Hunter Norton over the left side, shaking his way free before he gets to about the 30-yard line, brought down by Caleb Brumfield, one of the Oak Forest seniors. Gain of about 4 on the play. It'll be second and around 6. And we'll see some more fresh faces. Stephen Jones in now, and Tyler Young back into the game after the kickoff return. He'll go wide to the left. Addison comes to the near side. They'll flex formation with Griffin behind Patterson. Jones in motion. They throw the quick out to Addison. He's got it, trying to find a block from Jones. He does. Makes one man miss to the 40. Trying to run his way. He's across the 50, dragging Jackets down inside the 45. Chris Addison with a nice catch and run there.
Nice pass by Daniel. Nice slip screen. Stephen doing blocking. Chris making a nice catch, cutting it inside, and outrunning the defense for a while.
That'll be a first down for PCS. Ball spotted at the 42 of Oak Forest. Addison remains in and splits to the far side. You've got Henderson, Jones on the near side, and Micah Griffin, the tight end, near side. Snap to Patterson. And he's hit and driven back. Blitzing up the middle is number 3, Cody Shaw. Patterson was looking left like he was looking for Addison and Norton to flare out of the backfield. Slow developing play allowed Cody Shaw there to penetrate and drop Patterson for a 6-yard loss.
Yeah, I think somebody didn't run the right pattern or do something right there. Oak Forest running a 5-man front with 2 linebackers, and one of those linebackers came right up the gut.
We mentioned Austin Lee in the lead up. He's played defensive end and linebacker. He's an outside linebacker here on the near sideline over Micah Griffin, the tight end. They fake it to Norton, looking to throw back to him. Patterson throws it out there. Norton can't find it. Like he was turned around and couldn't quite find it. Had him open, but Patterson was pressured and tried to get the ball away early. Bradley Brumfield tried to get the pressure on Patterson, forcing the early throw.
Bobcats tried to slip Hunter out of the backfield. He's lining up at tailback tonight, and he came out of the backfield, trying to go down the left sideline.
3rd and 15. Obvious passing down in distance here. 10-17 on the first quarter clock. Rand Henderson, Stephen Jones, Hunter Norton, and Tyler Young, your specialist.
Empty backfield, but with 2 wings.
They'll send Norton in motion. Patterson looking to pass across the middle. Double move to Jones. He's behind the defense. He's got it. He's in the end zone for a Bobcat touchdown. Stephen Jones from Daniel Patterson. Just like that.
Yep, Stephen ran a fake post and then cut it straight up the field, and the safety took a bit on the post, and then Stephen was able to get by him, and Daniel laid it out there just perfectly for him, was able to catch it on the run.
Well, I'll tell you, this is the 3rd year calling football for PCS and Coach Joey Hawkins. In the last 2 ball games, he's done something very uncharacteristic that I've noticed, and he's come out passing for the opening touchdown.
Well, with our top 2 running backs out this week, he had told me he was going to throw probably more than normal tonight. So we probably expect to see a little bit more of that.
Adding a little depth to the playbook here as Troy Waits boots the extra point up and through the shorter uprights here at Oak Forest.
Definitely. The other thing that enables us to do, Oak Forest is a grounded out, pound running offense, and when you get up on them on the scoreboard, they it's always an advantage. Not that, you know, they just are not a quick strike type team. They will drive it down the field and pound it. But getting up on them definitely gives us an advantage.
The last time we came down here, I believe it was the third quarter, we saw both teams have one possession in the third quarter.
Yeah. Bobcat kick coverage this year has been excellent. Waits kicks off in the end zone, and it will be a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20 for the Jackets. Now we'll see if the Bobcat defense can gear up and commit to stopping the run. This will be an interesting matchup. We've been burned this year by some of the passing teams, but we will see. We'll see how this goes as far as having to stop a running team.
And Oak Forest, like we said, talented running backs, especially number 33, Race Riggins. He'll dot the I this time as they go two wide out, one to each side, a tight end left, in an I formation closely behind Carter Capdebas. Turns and gives to Riggins right side. Goes forward about a 3-yard gain on that play.
Yeah, we're putting 8 men in the box, 5 up front, 3 linebackers tonight. We don't do that very often. It looks like our cornerbacks, our defensive backs, are running man coverage in the secondary, so we'll see if that will force Oak Forest to do some different things. Pick up a couple of yards. It'll be 2nd and 8. Oak Forest comes out in an I formation,
Same formation as
right
before. They fake
bootleg
it to Riggins,
pass,
roll out, Capdebas. Pressured, Capdebas tucks it. He's got good legs. Tackled by Robbie Broadhead crossing the 30-yard line. Should be close to a first down. I think he's got it by about a half a yard.
Yep. Yeah, we're trying to do something a little different on defense right now, and we will have to make sure and get that opened up a little bit. It looks like Chris Addison was running safety with that first group, and now Stephen Jones is in. They may be alternating to give themselves some rest because they'll both be on offense a lot tonight.
They go two tight formation, power I here, and this is Dave Smith at tailback, and Dakota Harvey hits and drives him out of bounds. About a 4-yard gain there on the play.
Yeah, Dakota made a nice play. He's playing outside linebacker and came up and held him up, and Stephen Jones finished him up out of bounds. Brings up 2nd and about 6.
2nd and 6 for the Yellow Jackets. This Smith will stay in at tailback now. He'll go tight formation, one receiver to the right side for Capdebas. He sends a tight end in motion. Toss sweep right for Smith, trying to get to the edge. He cuts it back, and he's hit by Allen Winford and several other Bobcats. And a late flag comes in way back behind the play. We'll check that. The yardage was only good for a 3-yard gain, so we'll see what will happen. 9 minutes remaining first quarter.
They're going to call the penalty on our defense. It looked like it should have been holding from the way it is, but I think they're going to call defensive holding. Horse collar on trying to get rid of a blocker is what it looks like. Personal foul maybe is what they're going to call.
Personal foul. Like Zach Buffkin called for the penalty there. I'm not sure if I've ever heard of a horse collar not on a tackle, but it's been the motto of the season here. I don't know as much about football and officiating as I thought I did.
Well, and officiating in Louisiana can sometimes be a mystery.
So the penalty will move the ball up to the 50-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 there, and they'll go I formation, power I formation to the right. This is Smith still at tailback. He's hit, bounces off the first tackler, and is tackled for a 1-yard gain. First man there, Robbie Morgan, playing in that big blue cast on his left arm. Put a good hit on him. Michael Cooper and several other Bobcats. Michael Griffin finishing him off on the play there. 1-yard gain, 2nd and 9.
Bobcats pretty much staying in that 8-man front. 5 up front, 3 down linemen, 2 ends, and then 3 linebackers.
Oak Forest will break huddle. A little confusion as to where to line up. They send one receiver out to the left. That is Tyler Hassan. They go to that familiar power right, I formation, send in motion. Oh, man, this is Capdebas faking, looking to throw, rolling out, throwing to his tight end. And he drops it. Oh, that's the fullback. I'd rather fullback out of the backfield. Number 20, Zach Kent, who's also the kicker.
And that's why Coach Hawkins really wanted, and our defensive staff wanted to keep them in long yardage situations to force them to pass. Quarterback did a good job of faking and bootlegging. The receiver was open. Good throw, but he just dropped it. It's not what they do.
And we've got a 3rd and 9 situation here. They'll go with the defensive back heavy personnel here. Addison in, McGowan out.
Switching to a 4-man front. Switching to a 4-man front with more defensive backs.
Receiver motions, looking out of the backfield. Cat the boss throwing it up for him. Way overthrown, almost picked off by Wilson Benton. It'll fall incomplete. Intended for number 2, Blake Baker, the motion man out of the backfield. So it'll be 4th and 9 from the PCS 49.
Excellent coverage by Wilson that time. He had inside position and just ran with him, and the ball was about a yard or two overthrown. But I think even if it had been accurate and on target, I think Wilson would have been there to break it up.
Handling the punting duties for Oak Forest is defensive end, linebacker, and tight end Austin Lee, one of the recognized seniors tonight. And he kicks it away. Nice spiraling line driving kick to Norton. Bobbles it for a second, but rushes up the left side. Now cutting back middle. He's got some land out in front, only the punter to beat. He's got free. He's at the 50 and just tripped up from behind. Hunter Norton, phenomenal return up to about the 50-yard line. Tackle made, saving a touchdown by Cody Shaw on the play.
Yeah, nice job of Hunter. He did not let the ball roll. He caught it. He bobbled it a little bit because he had to come up 2 or 3 yards at the last minute, but started out left and then cut back right and got it all the way back to the 50. So great field position for the Bobcats.
Well, you mentioned Hunter handling most of the tailback duties with Phaeton and Sigrist down, and there he showed the flash that he's shown so far this year on special teams. Jones in motion. They give to Griffin. Off the right side, he's hit and dropped. Austin Lee did not miss that tackle. Griffin gain of a yard.
PCS in the hawk formation, which is the double wing, and it's really their misdirection formation with the guy in motion, and fullback can dive, and the other wing back can reverse it. So Micah was playing fullback that play and got only about a yard then.
2nd and 9 for the PCS offense. They go back to the hawk formation. Jones in motion again. Counter around to Norton, right side. Spinning now in the middle of the field. Leaning forward to about the 45. Making something out of nothing. Hunter Norton there. 3rd and 4 for the Bobcats.
Gives us a little more options with 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5 than it would be with 3rd and 8. Hunter spun and got an extra 2 or 3 yards, so gives us a much better position than we would have otherwise.
Under 7 minutes remaining first quarter. Addison will break huddle and split wide to the near sideline.
Bobcats actually overloaded. The split end is on the same side with the tight end.
Dropping the passes. Patterson, he hits Addison the quick out. He's got the first down, and he's dragged down out of bounds by Tyler Hassan, enough for the first down. Nice connection early, Patterson to Addison.
Yeah, Chris playing, making a couple of nice catches so far. Chris playing with a heavy heart tonight. His granddad passed away this week, and so I'm sure he's playing for his granddad's memory. So
that's tough to hear. I know that Chris's grandfather watched us all season long. Yep. Lone back behind Patterson is Norton. Gives it left side, hit, dragging defenders forward, gain of about 3 on the play. And Patterson seems to be on key early here. Only 1 incompletion so far, and that was a rush throw that Norton just lost in the night sky.
Yeah, just a handoff to the left side. Not much blocking going on there. With 2 or 3 Yellow Jackets there to make the stop. Not much there, but we got a couple anyway. So
6 minutes remaining. It'll be a 2nd and 8 for PCS. Addison is split to the near side. Young to the far side. Norton, the lone back. 2 tight ends. They give to Norton, right side. Hit and dropped, this time by Cody Shaw. As he approached the 30-yard line, it'll be a short gain. It'll be a 3rd and medium here, 3rd and about 6 on the play. Griffin, Winford, and Addison will come off. We'll see Robbie Broadhead, Rand Henderson, And Robbie Morgan now in at tight end. Shotgun formation with trips to the right.
And that's to the tight end side, so overload big time to the right side.
Broadhead faked the handoff. Patterson rolls, looks. He hits Henderson across the 20. Nice catch by Rand Henderson at the 16-yard line. It'll be a first down, PCS.
Rand has really turned into a very dependable, nice receiver for the Bobcats. Ran a great route, cradled the ball in just to make sure he hung on to it. Did a good job picking up a good first down at about the 16-yard line.
We heard Coach Hawkins mention several weeks ago back on the Capaya week that Rand had his best week of practice, and he was really looking to integrate him in the offense more and get him more snaps. In the last 2 weeks, you've really seen that as he's made a catch in the last 2 ball games. This is Norton left side trying to bounce it out, and he trips and falls. Loss of about a half yard on the play.
Yeah, I don't think we've quite figured out our blocking yet along the front line. The Yellow Jackets must be doing some slanting or stunting of something because we haven't quite opened up those holes yet on the running game.
Receiver to each side. Jonathan Burks now in for his first action. He's split far to the left side. 2 tight ends in the shotgun. Norton flanking Patterson. Snap fake, looking, throws out to Stephen Jones in the flat. He's hit, tiptoes the sideline, and we'll see where they spot it. Looks like he got to the 10-yard line. It'll be short of a first down by about 3 or 4 yards. Just over 4 minutes to play here in the opening quarter. PCS leading 7-0 after a 47-yard touchdown pass from Patterson to Stephen Jones on the first possession.
Yeah, that last play was nicely designed. Double tight ends, double wide receivers. The split end to the left, ran off down the field, and Stephen Jones from tight end left slipped out in the flats. So nice 8-yard completion.
Power eye with Robbie Broadhead and Andrew Burks running fullback. Give Norton behind both fullbacks, trying to find his way. Got about a yard or 2. It was a short distance. We'll see where they mark it. It'll be 4th down and less than a yard. Ball was just outside the 10. He had to get to about the 7.5-yard line. We'll see what Coach Hawkins will elect to do. I don't see Troy Waits checking in, so we'll go for it right here.
He's going.
3:40 and counting here, first quarter. We'll see Addison and Young split right. Tight end right is Griffin, I formation with Norton and Broadhead behind Patterson. They fake it, roll Patterson out, looking. He's got room if he wants to run it. Lost it to the corner of the end zone for Tyler Young, wide open. Another PCS touchdown.
Very nice play. Had an eye backfield, faked the lead, roll out to the right, and Tyler Henderson got open in the back right corner of the end zone. So first time I've seen Robbie Broadhead at the fullback position, and on the fake, Robbie scraped and went out in the flat. So they were using Robbie there for potential pass play. Daniel almost could have run that thing in himself, but he decided to throw it to an open Tyler Young. Troy Waits lining up. Robbie hold. Stephen on the snap. Everything's good. And it's 14-0 Bobcats with 3:20 left to go in the first quarter. This is exactly what the Bobcats needed to do with their two starting running backs out of the ball game. They wanted to throw, and they wanted to get an early lead and force Oak Forest into doing something that they're not used to and not comfortable with. Let's hope that we can keep them focused and keep the momentum and not fall into the trap we fell into last week. So great start to the ball game for the Bobcats, and let's hope and pray it keeps on.
We've got 3:20 remaining first quarter. PCS has just gone on top 14-0 after Patterson throws his second touchdown of the night.
2 really big plays in that last drive were the pass to Chris Addison that got us a first down and got the ball down inside the 40, and then the nice pass to Rand Henderson for the first down at 15 or so.
Absolutely, and after we've seen PCS come out, turn up over 400 yards of offense on the ground in consecutive weeks midseason. The last 2 games, Daniel Patterson has 2 touchdown passes in both games. Waits kickoff this time, sidewinding kick comes down at the 11 to Garrett Payne. He goes middle. tries to break it back, and he'll be tackled there by number 11, Dylan Edwards. And Oak Forest will start at their own 26-yard line with 3:12 remaining here, first quarter.
Don't want to jinx anybody, but the Bobcat kickoff coverage has been excellent this year. First of all, Troy will put a majority of his kicks in the end zone, so there is no return. But when there has been, for the most part, they've done a great job. I think the only time they've messed up on that was against Germantown, I believe. I think did we let a kickoff go back against Germantown?
We did.
Yeah,
it was right after the big long run from Fate. Toss right. This is Riggins trying to find the edge. He won't find it there, and pushed out of bounds by a host of white shirts on the home sideline. Minimal gain of about 1, maybe 2. I think just a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9. And I'm going to try the old reverse announcer's jinx here. We talk about Waits and how great he's been on kickoffs and extra points, but he's 0 for 2 on the year from field goal. So we'll try the reverse announcer's jinx and talk about how bad he's been on field goals, and he'll go 4 for 4 tonight.
Well, let's hope so. Let's hope we don't need field goals, actually, but if we get that opportunity, yeah. Coach Hawkins does not like field goals. I think he considers it an affront to his offensive play-calling prowess or something.
Riggins up to middle carries for about 7 on this play, tackled by Micah Griffin and Alan Winford. And now they'll send two defensive backs come off, 2 defensive linemen come on. We'll go big package here as McGowan and Michael Cooper check in at the nose guards.
Doing a lot of rotating here, keeping our defensive backs fresh. Chris and Steven are rotating at safeties, and Tyler's rotating in at corner. And we brought some big bodies in.
2 tight ends, handoff this time. I believe that's Dave Smith, who's handling tailback duties along with Race Riggins. We'll see how far he got. It'll be close. I think he got enough for a first down.
Yeah, I believe he's gotten it.
They're spotting it, and they're going to bring in a measurement. And when they do, we'll take a break with them and just catch our breath a little bit, getting close to the end of the first quarter here. Thank you for watching PCS football on the Bobcat Sports Network. And we're back here at Oak Forest Academy. PCS leading 14-0, 2:22 remaining first quarter, and the chains stretch just enough, and Oak Forest has a first down. They'll go 2 tight ends, power eye right, Dave Smith in the eye. They give to him right side on 1st and 10, cutting back. He's got some room in front. Bouncing, he's off of 1 tackle. Harvey chasing him down and finished off there inside the 45 by Stephen Jones. Big gain there. 24 yards on the carry for Dave Smith. And he'll move the chains again for the Jackets.
Just a lead play, power lead play right up the middle, fullback leading, tailback following, and linebackers did not fill quickly enough, and so created a seam there, got into the secondary. Dakota Harvey ended up making the first hit on the tackle, and Stephen Jones finished him off.
Excellent vision there by Smith to cut it back and bounce it outside. They'll go 2 tight ends, power eye right. Same play. This is Riggins, however. Riggins finally corralled as he crossed the 40, about the 42, driven backwards. Forward progress will mark him at the 43-yard line.
I think the Yellow Jackets are changing their offensive philosophy a little bit this series. They are going in the first 2 series, or the first series, they had split in a tight end. This time they brought out double tight ends, and they are just they're going to come straight at us and see if we can stop them.
Well, they have finally realized what Coach Hawkins brags about, his team speed on defense, really his calling card, and now they decided to just go right up the middle and 2 yards in a cloud of dust here, the old Oklahoma philosophy.
Well, let's hope it's just 2 yards. If it's 2 yards, they'll run out of downs. If it's 3 or 4, they'll keep the chains moving.
Riggins carries this time right side. He'll be short by about a yard. It'll be 3rd and 1 here with a minute and counting here first quarter. Bobcats need to blow their back right here if they want to hold and force a 4th down. Riggins will be your tailback. He's the bigger of the backs.
They're running a nasty slot over here. It's the tight end is slightly split with another running back forming kind of a slot back. So they are doubling up and just powering it at us.
He goes middle and bounces right, and it'll be enough for a first down for Riggins. About a 4-yard gain, but all he needed was one. 35 seconds, and once they set the chains, the clock will wind. And what we've got upcoming will most likely be the final play of the first quarter. Good opening quarter for your 4th-ranked PCS Bobcats. They go power right with 2 tight ends. Reverse it to the wing back this time. This is Smith. Smith trying to find his way. He's still trying to get free, and he's not. About 8 white shirts chased him down back across the 35. We'll see where forward progress. They're not going to give him forward progress as he tried to bounce off. Lost back all the way to the 39. About 8-yard loss on the play, and there's the horn. Final play of the first quarter. After one, PCS leads 14-0 over the Oak Forest Yellow Jackets. We'll take a break and be back to bring you second quarter action here on the Bobcat Sports Network. We're back live at the campus of Oak Forest Academy, where PCS begins the first of a 2-game road trip to end the season. They lead Oak Forest 14-0 as we begin the second quarter. Pass from Cap DeBoss, looking deep for Austin Lee. Misfires, incomplete.
Well, Oak Forest kind of messed themselves up on first down. They decided to get cute and go away from the power game and instead run a counter. And our speed just stopped him. It took about 4 or 5 guys to corral him, though. He kept bouncing off one tackler at a time, and that put him in a hole. And now they have to pass, and that's to our advantage.
On 2nd and 20, the pass incomplete. 3rd and 20 now. And this is one you don't want anyone to get behind you. And you want to think screen pass the running team like this to delay and kind of get there. They go 2 tights, however, I formation. And they just turn and give it to Race Riggins, trying to find his way, spinning, and finally brought down shy of the 30, the 32. Will be back near the original line of scrimmage. Short of a first down, however. It'll be 4th down and 11. Most likely see Oak Forest try to get this.
Yeah, they're not going to punt here. The ball's on the 33-yard line. And so they're just going to see if they can manage to pop one for 12 yards. And but if the Bobcats will bow up here, we should have great field position.
Back to the eye, Riggins in the I-back spot. They fake it to him, looking to throw. Pressure, they throw tight end screen backside. Complete. It'll be short, however. It'll actually be a short gain just across to the 30. 2-yard gain is not enough. It'll be first down PCS at their own 30-yard line. Good pursuit there by the front. An outside linebacker, I believe that was Will Parrish pressuring the quarterback. And the tight end screen backside to number 45. We don't have a 45 here. We've got several ninth graders who've moved up after the junior high season, but we don't have a 45 on the roster. However, PCS takes over. 1 minute gone by in the second quarter. Patterson, this is counter Norton to the right side. Bounces it middle. He's running free. Tripped up by Dylan Dover as he crossed the 50. Hunter Norton having very big night so far tonight running the football. First down, PCS.
Hunter finding a seam there. It's kind of that stretch play that the NFL runs. They hand it to him towards the tight end, and he can either go out or he can cut back in. And after faking going wide, he found a seam and cut it up and just outran the Yellow Jacket defense.
Good vision there, like you said, to cut it back for Norton. Ball resting just outside the 45. Young and Addison are split to each side. Norton is in the eye behind Burks. Turn, give it to him, same play coming back. Positive yardage up to near the 40. It'll be 2nd and about 7 after the gain there from Norton.
There's a counter play there. The faked fullback to the right. They pulled the backside, the right side guard and tackle, pulled them across to the left side, and then handed it to the tailback coming left. And so it's designed to get the defense heading one way and then come back with the ball the other way.
Norton will get a breather here, and we'll go Stephen Jones and that's Robbie Broadhead, split backs, and we've got a timeout. Coach Hawkins didn't like how he lined up there, and he spent a timeout. We'll take it with him and pause for just a moment. We're back from timeout. Split backs. Again, similar formation. Jones it's Patterson looking to throw the hook and lateral to Jones from Addison. He's free. He's clear. He's in for a PCS touchdown. Stephen Jones, his 2nd of the night.
Yep, just the traditional hook and lateral to nice pass from Daniel. A little high and outside, but Chris made a nice catch, was able to gather himself and toss it to Stephen, and Stephen was able to outrun them to the end zone. Oh, must have stepped out of bounds, so it's not a touchdown.
Tight quarters here. We couldn't see it. Looked like a touchdown here, but anyway, it'll be a 1st down, however. And Norton will be back in at tailback. He'll get it left side, trying to find a way. Brought down this time by Jacob Sharkey. Short gain up to about the 20-yard line. 2nd down, gain of about 3 on the play, as we are under 9.5 minutes here in the first half. Sure was a pretty play. Should have been just give him a touchdown just on how, based on execution and how creative the play calling it was.
Yeah, Chris really did a good job on that, keeping his balance and grabbing the ball and keeping his balance and able to flip it. So,
2 receivers right. Rolling that way is Patterson, looking to the corner. He's got Young if he sees him. Throws it for him. Waiting underneath it is Tyler Young. Easy touchdown catch there. Patterson to Young. Touchdown, Bobcats.
I don't believe Daniel has an incomplete this game so far.
He's got one. He had Norton down here where he got tangled up and turned around. One incompletion so far, but a near-perfect night for Patterson is the 2nd time he connects with Tyler Young for 6 points.
And Waits lining up for the kick out of a Robbie Broadhead hold and a Stephen Jones snap. And it looks good. And there's some trees and woods back there beyond that end zone, and it's in there, and I guess somebody will have to fish it out.
Hope we can find that ball.
Good thing snake season's over.
A little chill in the air, and that bodes well for the ball boys as they chase that one down.
Well, I think it's going to be important again for the Bobcats to play good on defense and not get comfortable here. Would hate to let Oak Forest back into this ball game. We're going to have to play well every night, every down, because they have some powerful backs who, if they get into the secondary, can take it. So Troy Waits set to kick. Let's hope I didn't hex our kickoff coverage this time. Let's hope Troy gets it full this time and gets it all the way to the end zone.
Booming kick this time, through into the end zone, and for a touchback. So under 9, just under 9, 8:51 remaining here in the second quarter. PCS is pushed out to a 21-0 lead behind the accurate arm of Daniel Patterson.
Coach Hawkins doing so far what he told me today, that they'd be throwing more, which probably without your top 2 running backs is a good plan.
Been struggling on defensive substitutions, however. This is right side Riggins, hit first by Morgan. And I got to say, I admire Robbie Morgan for playing. I mean, we've had injuries all season long, nothing major and big time. But when I saw Robbie with a big cast on his left wrist, I thought, we can't lose him for the year. That's just tough. And then he said, no, I'm not done. I'm playing. I'm just going to wrap this thing up and go.
That's right. Robbie's a tough kid who's grown a lot the last couple of years. Robbie's, what, about 6'2"? And
6'2", 6'3". Can't wait to have him on the basketball court here whenever that time comes. Hopefully he's playing football all the way into the state championship. They fake the toss to Riggins, give to the fullback. That is Kent. Kent able to plunge his way forward up near the 30. That'll be close to a first down. He'll be short, however, 3rd and about 1.
Well, the Bobcats switching a little bit this time and starting out with the 4-man front and 3 linebackers, with thinking that Oak Forest might throw a little bit more down 3 scores. But they've come out running, and that time did the trap, and there was a seam in there that had a nice gain for the Yellow Jackets.
Power left formation, split in left. They send the man in motion, give to Kent middle. Hit and spun around. That's Dakota Harvey on the tackle. Gain of 5 on the play is enough for the first down. It'll move the chains for Oak Forest.
Yeah, just a quick hitter in there, trying to get that extra yard, and did a good job. We're going back to the 5-man front, bringing in an extra lineman, taking out one of our DBs. So we'll be back in the 5-man front to see if we can slow down this running attack, power running attack of the Yellow Jackets. They've gone back to their split-end formation, so they're kind of switching back.
Split end left, tight end right, wing back left. They tossed that side. This is Smith. Smith being chased and dropped. Benton Griffin on the tackle.
Yeah, the speed of the Bobcats not letting them get wide. That was a sweep to the split inside, and the speed of the Bobcats able to snuff that one out.
Benton did a good job of shedding the block of the split end and getting upfield to force Smith to cut it up where Griffin dropped him for only a 1-yard gain. 2nd and 9, just under 7 to play here first half. They'll flip the formation, split in right now. And toss it right. Smith again trying to get to the edge. Not going to get much there. Dakota Harvey and Justin Giroux on this side hold strong as well. 2-yard gain. Be 3rd and 7 for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, the Yellow Jackets trying to go to their strong formation. They've got not a true tight end, but a tight slot in the location near where a tight end would be, and a split end. So they're trying to load up on one side and run that way, but the Bobcats so far having nothing to do with it.
Split in right, offset I with a wing back to the right, tight end left for Carter Capdebos. Turns this as the fullback plunge. He's got some room in front. Harvey and Jones giving chase to Kent. And a best play of the night from the Oak Forest offense. Kent runs all the way down 30 yards to about the 30-yard line.
Yeah, that's been they've brought that play out, and they've run it a couple of times this series, and that was a long gain. The fullback offsets a little bit. They fake a sweep his side, and then he just follows a guard on a trap play right up the middle at kind of a 45-degree angle through in there and just slips it outside and goes. Well-designed play.
Same formation. They give to Riggins this time. Immediately. He hit a big white brick wall there. Alan Winford, Michael Cooper, and Robbie Morgan, 3 of the biggest Bobcat players, were right there to meet him.
I think they decided it was time to stop this mess. Well, let's see if they can do it 3 more times.
1-yard loss on the play.
Yeah, Yellow Jackets now in 4-down territory. They'll go for it on 4th down if we get to that point from here. So.
They'll send a split out to the near sideline. That's Matthew Gill. Offset eye. Fake the toss, counter fullback. This is Kent springing free. Got a late flag coming in from the side judge. Looks to be in the area of either a hold or a face mask.
Yeah, exactly. And being down here in Louisiana, my guess is they're going to call a face mask. But, yep, face
that's
mask.
the early indication.
Yep.
And we'll have a face mask penalty assessed against the Bobcats.
Yeah, we're going to have to figure that trap out. That's a pretty well designed play, and they found some angles in there against our defense that we're going to have to figure out. About half the goal distance to the goal line on that penalty, so got to tighten up here.
Coach Hawkins incensed at the lack of defensive coverage on that play, sending subs in left and right, seeing who's going to be able to defend it. They'll flip it and go left this time. They'll give left to Smith, bouncing outside. Harvey meets him and drags him down. Also in on the play, the fresh substitution. That's Dylan Edwards, who's been a special team standout so far this year, getting some tread here on defense.
Yeah, a couple of sophomores getting some action tonight. Zach Buffkin's been playing some defensive line, and then Dylan Edwards at the defensive end. So
Broadhead will spell Will Parrish at linebacker. They'll go straight eye to the right. Send a flanker in motion. Give left side to Riggins. Riggins stopped, met in the hole. I believe that was Micah Griffin. Stood the man up, drove him backwards. Micah Griffin, big stop there on 2nd and 8.
That was a head popper there. Micah met him in the hole and popped his head back, popped the running back's head back as he stuffed him.
I believe it is possible to get a first down at about the half-yard line as we're under 4 to play here in the first half. So it'll be 3rd and 7, not quite 3rd and goal.
Yeah, definitely 4-down territory. The Bobcats will have to stop them twice here. Fullback's offset. I believe I smell trap coming. They draw the long count. They're trying to draw us offside, and they did.
Multiple Bobcats jump there. And we heard Coach Hawkins here. I don't know if you were able to pick it up on our microphones. After PCS scored that last touchdown, he was yelling at his defense before they took the field. This is the series. This is the series right here. I believe he was talking about when you get big up like just happened last week against Park Lane, there's that tendency to get complacent and think that, oh, we've got this one. This is pretty much all said and done as Riggins gets the toss running right. Harvey will drop him reaching out. He'll be short of the goal line.
But he may have that first down.
He may have that first down. It was 3rd and 2 from about the 4-yard line after the penalty.
Yep, first down.
It'll be 1st and goal inside the 1. They'll bring in the heavy package. Cooper Morgan back in, sending off Edwards and Broadhead. And then big Zach Buffkin will come in and man the right side. This has got Race Riggins written all over it right here. And he'll dot the I behind Cap the Bus. 1st and goal. They give it to Riggins. Riggins jumps over the pile into the end zone for a jacket touchdown.
Yeah, Bobcats needed to have come out with a little more intensity there. They're going to have to learn to play with a lead, and but didn't do it that time. Came out in a 4-man front to start that, and they picked up a couple of first downs, but by the time we had swapped it to a 5-man front, the Yellow Jackets had found that trap play that would work, and so the Yellow Jackets trying to come within 2 touchdowns now. Number 20, their kicker, straight-on kicker, had to bend down and tie up his toe like the old-time guys do. Snap, down, hold, and kick. It's good. And that puts it 21-14.
21-7, Oak Forest.
I'm sorry, excuse me, my fault.
Moved onto the scoreboard, and that extra point by Zach Kent, who also was a fullbacker, had the big 30-yard gain, was the key play on that drive. So PCS Coach Hawkins mentioned it leading up. This is the possession right here. This is it. This is the series. Talking to on this defense to encourage them. Both their back and don't let up. Don't let up. You've stopped them on 3 possessions. Let's stop them on 4. However, Oak Forest is able to answer. Get on the scoreboard, 21-7.
If I were the Oak Forest Yellow Jackets, I believe I would think about an onside kick, trying to catch us off guard. They do not have a kicker that kicks it real deep. I think they would, if they do that, they will give us some good field position. But it also is a little risky because it would give us a short field. So with us reeling a little bit after giving up that touchdown, we'll see what the Yellow Jackets choose to do. Number 20, same gentleman that kicked the extra point, will set up to kick off. Here he comes, and he is going to kick it deep.
End over end will come down short to Norton at the 10. He'll come up the left side, trying to find blockers, bouncing to the edge, trying to keep his feet. He'll be dragged down just shy of the 30. And that's where Patterson will take it back. Well, we talked about the hot start for Daniel Patterson, only 1 incompletion to this point. He's still on the sidelines for a long time, about 6-7 minutes right there. You got to wonder if that might have any effect on the accuracy of Daniel Patterson.
Well, and this is by far the coolest night that we have had this season, but I didn't notice whether he threw any on the sideline, but I think we'll be okay.
And I believe we've had a timeout called here. Didn't see quite who called that one. Maybe Coach Hawkins called that one. Not sure who called the timeout, but we sit at 2:38 remaining in the second quarter. PCS with a 21-7 lead over the homestanding Oak Forest Yellow Jackets on their senior night here from Amite, Louisiana.
Coach Hawkins loves when he gets this ball back with about 2.5, 3 minutes to go, loves to try to march it down the field quickly. My guess is we're going to see a wide open drive here, but the Bobcats trying to put one more on the scoreboard before the halftime.
We'll see multiple receivers. We see also Micah Griffin in the tight end / fullback. Burks, Jones, Henderson, and Young will be your specialists, along with, Norton, not Jones. Or Norton, not Young, rather. And Norton will be the single back. We go 2 tight ends with 2 receivers near side. Burks in the slot. And fake tight end around to Griffin, trying to get to the edge. He's got 1 block. He's got about 4 yards on the play. Saw that play a couple times last week. The tight end around from Micah Griffin be very successful. This time I think Oak Forest watched a little film this week and was able to sniff that one out.
Stayed home. That's going to be an effective play if Micah can get through that first line of defenders, because Micah runs a 4.6 40, and once he gets into the secondary, can turn the jet zone and go.
2nd and 7, they call it here. Young far side, Addison near side. I behind Patterson. He'll bring Young in speed motion. Fake it, give to him. Norton right side. Good patient there from Norton as he sets his blocks up.
Should be
He's able to get a first down, move the chains. Clock will stop momentarily. Just under 2 minutes here remaining in the first half. 1:51 exactly. And PCS whistle in play, and the ball. They break huddle and come to the ball. Henderson will go far right. Young near side. Young in motion. They give Norton ball on the ground, and we'll see who comes up with it. I think PCS was able to fall back on top of it, and they were. Robbie Broadhead, Johnny on the spot there to recover the fumble for a 4-yard gain.
Yeah, that was exactly the same play, I believe, but just didn't quite have the timing down to the left side that time. Clock clicking down to 1:10. Thought Coach Hawkins might go a little quicker than this, but
late substitutions here. Andrew Burks charging in late. Under a minute to play. Jones in motion. They fake the counter backside. Rolling is Patterson, throwing to Jones. He's got him down the sideline. He's racing and finally dropped out inside the 30 at about the 31-yard line. Foot stepped out at the 31. Nice completion there. Well, all those concerns I had over Patterson's arm being cold and worrying about his accuracy, that one was on a dime.
Yeah, that was nice.
To Jones.
That was nice. That was in the Hawk formation. Stephen motioned right, and then from that motion went down the field and caught a nice out route and then turned it up and got several more yards. So 47 seconds on the clock. Stephen was able to get out of bounds to stop the clock.
PCS 31 yards away from adding another score on the board here. Patterson passing again. He's got Young deep. Jump ball batted away at the last second. Nice coverage there by Garrett Payne.
Got a penalty flag on the play. It appears to be
a whole third flag of the game. All three have gone against the Bobcats.
Of course, it's against us. So. I hadn't quite gotten over our junior high game down here 3 years ago. We threw the winning touchdown with a minute or two to go, and they called it back for not enough men on the line of scrimmage. So I have flashbacks to terrible officiating down here at Oak Forest.
It's always an adventure when you go on the road for whatever, whether it be a setup as we're in the bleachers here tonight, whether it be any kind of distractions you may have. There's always an adventure on the road. Patterson in shotgun, looking, throws it back to Norton. This was the incompletion earlier. This is a connection. Norton got one man to beat, tries to run him over. He's inside the 20. First down, stopping the clock. 30 seconds.
Yeah, very well-designed play. That was the same play that was the incomplete earlier. Fake to Hunter in the backfield, and he comes and runs a flare route out of the backfield. That time they had their timing down and their angles right. And so very, very nice, well-designed play by Coach Hawkins, executed well by the guys on the field.
And with that, Coach Hawkins will call a timeout, trying to get the last play set up here. I think he wants one, maybe two plays to score right here, and we're well within Troy Waite's range, but you want to get that big 6 or 7 on the board right here.
Oh, I know he does, and we have, I believe, one more timeout left?
I have one timeout left. I thought we missed a timeout. Not sure if it was Oak Forest or PCS at the beginning of this drive.
Yeah, I have a feeling that was Oak Forest. I didn't see any reason for Coach Hawkins to have taken a timeout there. So I'm guessing we have one more, and we'll see if we can stick this thing in.
Ball will be marked at the 17-yard line. Young will come to the near side as a split out. Jones in the slot. Griffin tight end right. Norton slot right with Addison split out far wide. This is Norton, speed motion. Fake to give to him. Patterson looking across the middle for Griffin. Throws it up. Batted away last second. Excellent coverage there by Cody Shaw to knock that one away. Second down and 10.
Yeah, had a lot of receivers doing a lot of things there. That was a fairly complicated play. Micah Griffin trying to hit him, the tight end from dragging from the backside. Yellow Jackets had it covered pretty well and just knocked it away. So
the incompletion does stop the clock. 24 seconds left. PCS second and 10. We'll go shotgun, no backs with Patterson as they've got two flankers off each tackle and a receiver to each side. Patterson will look. Now Tuckett trying to find room. He's got grass in front, down inside the 5, trying to find his way. He spins and falls backward into the end zone. Daniel Patterson, touchdown number 3. 2 through the air, this one on the ground. Bobcats lead 27-7.
Well, prior to this year, as many games at quarterback as Daniel has played, he had never scored a touchdown, but that's probably his 3rd or 4th touchdown this year, and I think he's grown to like it. So Daniel did a great job on that. All his receivers were covered. The middle of the field opened up, and he did a great job of finding the holes.
That's his 5th touchdown in the last 2 weeks.
Ah, okay.
Waits extra point up and good. 28-7, Bobcats have a lead. We'll pause just a moment and be back to bring the last kickoff and a couple of plays of the first half. You're listening to PCS Football on the Bobcat Sports Network. We're back as Waits is set to send this one deep. 12 seconds left. And he squib kicks this one. No chance of big return. Well, Race Riggins comes up to field it, but he's hit immediately. Nice tackle there. Cody Rosser. Johnny on the spot here. Great tackle there by the reserve defensive back and special teamer.
Yeah, great job by Cody that time. Their big running back got the ball on the, got it on a bounce, running hard, and Cody was able to bring him down.
So we've got 7 seconds left here. We'll see what Oak Forest will do.
Bobcats in their
Only
4
10,
man.
only 10 on the field right now. And PCS will have to burn their last timeout to get the defensive subs set for the last play. Well, you can't take them to the second half. You can't take them to the locker room.
Right.
Might as well use it.
Well, the Bobcats are running a 5-man front with 3 defensive backs and a 4-man front with 4 defensive backs. And somehow one of the DBs didn't quite get the message that we were going 4-man rush, 4-man line, so that we could have maximum coverage in the secondary. But he ran out there at the last minute. I think we would have been in pretty good position anyway, but it always, if you got one in your pocket, might as well use it in that situation. 7 seconds before the half.
And now the defensive backs come on, and they will line up no closer than 20 yards from the line of scrimmage.
Yep.
Tyler Young, the deepest, back at his own 40. Ball sitting at the Oak Forest 35.
I imagine Oak Forest is just going to run a running play and run this clock out. That's too far to go. Yep.
They take a knee, and we are at halftime. Your score, PCS 28, Oak Forest 7.
Good half of football for the Bobcats. Wide open offense. The Yellow Jackets have not stopped us yet. We have not had to punt. We've had 4 series, I guess, and have scored on all 4. The only blight on the first half really was the defensive series when the Yellow Jackets scored their touchdown. But, hey, it's senior night. Throw him a bone, right?
That's right. We're going to pause. Be back with a little bit here at halftime. We're going to take a break. It looks like we're in store with a lot of offensive action in the second half. We're going to need to take a break and stretch here on the cold night here in Amite, Louisiana. We'll be back to bring you second half action. You're watching PCS football on the Bobcat Sports Network. We're finally back here as halftime is winding to an end here at Oak Forest. About 2 minutes until we get the second half kick on the way. And we've seen a little bit of an offensive explosion so far from PCS, again leading 28-7 over Oak Forest by opening up the playbook and letting Daniel Patterson pass the ball around the field a little bit, and he has 3 touchdowns on the night. Or, 4 touchdowns. He's got 4. He's got one early to Stephen Jones on the first series, and then he connected with Tyler Young twice, finding him wide open in the back of the end zone, rolling out. And then he was able to scramble his way to a 17-yard touchdown to put the 28th point on the board for PCS right after Oak Forest put a long drive together with a fullback trap mixed in there heavily, and finally got on the board in our halftime score, 28-7. All 4 scores coming in some way or another from Daniel Patterson. Nice to see the senior quarterback stepping up and really expanding the threat of this offense here.
Well, that's what you count on seniors to do, Nathan. When there are injuries, when challenges come, you want your seniors to step up and come through. And so far, they have, with all 4 of the touchdowns accounted for by seniors.
Absolutely, and we mentioned, of course, Peyton Allen and Lee Sigrist, the underclassmen, a junior and a sophomore, have been doing most of the running in the backfield, injured for the night's game and on the sidelines. But Hunter Norton and Tyler Young step in right away. Stephen Jones been there all season long, and he's doing everything he's done and more here tonight. Micah Griffin stepping up. It's nice to have him back and able to play both sides of the football after he went down with an early season injury, and he's back now. And for the most part, PCS is healthy. We mentioned last week about the 2 running backs, but one key injury we mentioned, and it was not so much an injury, an illness, Matthew Stevens is out and probably won't be back until playoff time gets here. But Jace Broom has done a phenomenal job filling in his absence, and he's been put to the task early. His first game is on the varsity level, starting at center. His first snaps in the shotgun, and he's got to face Tyler Stutzman all game long. Did a great job. We didn't call Tyler Stutzman's name very much, which was a surprise going in, as he's usually all over the field defensively for Park Lane. So Jace Broom stepping up as well. And you mentioned senior sophomore in this case doing a very good job is Broom.
Yeah, that's a great opportunity for Jace to step up and get some great playing experience, because the Bobcats will definitely need him next year. And I've seen a lot of sophomores step in this week and play. So the Bobcats kind of expanding personnel in this game, but also kind of expanding the playbook, giving Starkville a little something more to think about than just the running.
So the ball is on the tee. Waits has retreated, and we're getting set to send the second half kick away. There's the boot, and it'll be high into the night sky, and looks like it'll be 3rd touchback of the game for Troy Waits, and it is. So again, as you see there, PCS leads 28-7 over Oak Forest, and the little number 4 there is the latest Clarion Ledger poll has PCS ranked 4th in the MIS behind Jackson Prep, who's undefeated and looks to be well on their way to extending that streak tonight, up 43-0 at halftime over Hillcrest. With 1 game remaining, that being a very key game in Division I South between Jackson Prep and Park Lane.
Yeah, and the overall Academy poll, I think we're 5th. I think Starkville AA leader, Centerville is undefeated and maybe is third ranked, I think, in the overall poll, with the Bobcats 5th there, but 4th in the AAA part of it.
Short gain on first down from Oak Forest. It'll be 2nd and 9. Dave Smith on that carry. He'll be short, and he will go out, and in will come Race Riggins, the bigger of the 2 backs.
Bobcats starting out with the 5-man front again this half. Let's see, actually, is it a 6-man front? Yeah, the Bobcats switching to a 6-man front and 2 linebackers this time, determined to stop that trap. But as soon as we do, then the Yellow Jackets go outside a little bit on a sweep. So
turn to give Riggins. He'll go over left tackle. Will be close to a first down, depending on the spot. And we're all eyeing it. It'll be first down for Oak Forest. Well, with a quarterback that runs as well and is as strong and physical as as Capdevos is. I expected to see some option mixed in that second quarter after Oak Forest got down and utilized that athleticism at quarterback some, but we did not, so I'll look for it here in the second half. I don't know if it's in their repertoire any at all as Riggins takes a toss right, trying to get to the edge. Young there finishes off the tackle. Winford tripped him up along the edge, and he'll be gain of about a yard on that play, 2nd and 9. And again, Oak Forest struggling to get around that speed edge of the PCS defense.
Yeah, they started out the sweep. He took a step like he was going to cut it up and then bounce back outside, and that step towards the inside really did him in because it gave our guys time to get out there, and Tyler stepped up and did a good job of stopping him.
They'll go 2 tight ends, I formation with the wingback left. Turn, give that side, hit immediately, crashing in from the outside. I believe that was Robbie Morgan. It was. Yeah. Big number 80. Robbie crashes down and brings down the ball carrier for a short gain. It'll be 3rd and about 8.
Well, the advantage of having 4 down linemen here is that you can play your ends a little bit wider, and you can shoot. Okay, I think we're back on here. I don't see our video feed just yet. Maybe it's coming here. I think we got unplugged down low somewhere. Yep, Coach Dancy to the rescue, hopping out and getting us plugged back in and back up and going. But the Yellow Jackets continuing to move the ball, pounding it inside, sweeping it outside, and getting a first down and then gaining 5 yards on the first down play. Micah Griffin coming off, got rung up a little bit, appears, so a little short-handed at middle linebacker here. So we need to get Micah back in there as quickly as we can.
Riggins off the right side will be good for another Oak Forest first down. Apologize for a little bit of blackout there. Had some couple of kids playing around with the our electrical supply, and we were unplugged there for a second, but we're back online. Hope you're still with us. Cooper will come off. And they'll go power right on this formation. Send a man in motion. Give left side Riggins on a forward push.
Here comes Micah back in the ball game with Micah out. We've got We've had Robbie Broadhead and Dakota Harvey in as linebackers. Both of them fine players, but not as big, not as fast as Micah. So it's good to have Micah back in there, stabilize the middle of that defense.
It'll be 2nd and 7, under 8 to play here, 3rd quarter. First possession of the 3rd quarter, and Oak Forest has moved it from their 20 all the way down inside the PCS 40. And we've got whistles coming in and a conference.
I think they did not reset the 25-second clock after that previous play, and it was counting down 5, 6, 5, and the official recognized it and stopped it, so started it over. Here we go.
Power right. Turn, give left side Riggins. He's into the secondary, and Chris Addison, the only man between him and 6 points, brings him down. And a little Oak Forest is in business here. A lot of on the legs of Race Riggins, the big physical tailback here for the Yellow Jackets.
Just pounding it. Double tight end on a tight end on one side, that nasty slot tight end on the other side, and they're just pounding it.
They'll go power left this time. Riggins right side, same play other way. Flip the formation and run it. Harvey, and I believe that is Young, combined to bring down Riggins, and he'll be down just shy of the 20. Down in distance, about 2nd and 5.
Bobcats on their heels a little bit too much, not being real aggressive on the defense. We're letting Oak Forest attack us and dictate. So we got to get aggressive here again.
Under 7, second quarter. Power left now. Excuse me, second half. Tall sweep left, trying to get to the edge. Stephen Jones comes up and immediately drops him. Minimal gain, if anything, there. So it'll be 3rd down and about 4. Gain of a yard and a yard or maybe even less.
Micah Griffin out there as well. Micah and Stephen, probably the 2 fastest players on the defense. They've tried to sweep the left side, and Micah and Stephen reacting quickly.
So 3rd and 3 here for Oak Forest. Inside the PCS red zone. Just inside the 20 at about the 18. They go power left. Dave Smith, the tailback now. He'll get it left side, dancing it through. Off the first man, but the second wave won't miss him, and they'll stop him. He's got enough for a first down, however. At the 11.
It's going to be a first down.
And whatever mix this was from the defense has not necessarily been successful so far. Preston Austin will come and spell Tyler Henderson, trying to keep fresh defensive front in the game.
Just outside the 10-yard line.
And Dave Smith will be the tailback again. They'll go power left. This is the fullback, Kent, up the middle, still fighting his way. And one thing about Kent, he's a fullback, but he only stands at 5'7", 185 on the roster. And you all know rosters aren't exactly known for their accuracy. But Kent is all heart, standing 5'6", 5'7", and he takes that one 7 yards. It'll be 2nd and 3. You can get a first down inside the 1-yard line again. The first time that Oak Forest scored was the same situation. They go left side, Riggins. Met at the line and falls and twists forward. We'll see where they spot it. Inside the 1. Will be enough for a first down, or will it be 3rd and short?
3rd and short.
3rd and short here. And any positive yardage will reset the downs here. Under 5 to play. This drives over 7 minutes of clock here in the 3rd quarter as Oak Forest is knocking on the door.
Somebody's got to step up and make a play right here.
They go left side. Riggins plunges in for his 2nd score of the night. 28-13. Oak Forest takes the opening kickoff of the second half and marches 80 yards for a touchdown.
Well, the positive to that, if there is one, is that it took them 7.5 minutes to do that drive. So they ate up more than half of the 3rd quarter. If the Bobcats can respond here and get back out to another 3-touchdown lead, then we'll be in good shape. If we turn it over like we did last week or somehow don't get it done, things could get interesting again.
28-14. The Bobcat lead is cut down to 14 once again. With 4:32 remaining in the 3rd quarter, PCS will have a chance to answer when we come back. You're watching PCS football on the Bobcat Sports Network. Kent tees it up after Race Riggins goes in for his 2nd touchdown of a yard on the night. And Norton and Young are back deep. Onside squib kick. Fielding it is Number 54, I believe that is.
One of the
which
Hudson
Hudson
brothers.
is that? That's Reed Hudson. Reed Hudson alertly falls on it and starts PCS at the 41-yard line. So good starting field position as they look to answer that Oak Forest touchdown.
Yeah, Miss Hudson up in the stands here, glad that her lineman's son finally got to touch a ball in the ball game. So
showing a special skill set. There he is on the hands team.
that's right. There we go. I called the onside kick, but just a kickoff too soon.
So 4.5 to play. Coach Hawkins trying to rally the troops here, looking to answer. Not sure what the delay is here.
Yeah, I think they're still taking water timeouts midway through the quarter. Is what this looks like. I didn't see them indicate either team had called a timeout. So I'm assuming, even though it's late in the season, and
it usually goes away when the calendar turns to October,
yeah.
especially on a night this cold.
But a little rest never hurts anybody, I don't guess, does it? Bobcats need to respond right here.
All right, we're back to action here. Addison will come to the near side as the split out. And they'll go I formation with Norton in front of Andrew Burks. Give is to Norton left side, cutting back, and he's hit as he crossed the line of scrimmage. Short gain on the play.
Slow developing counter play that the Yellow Jackets played well.
Yeah, Oak Forest playing with a little sense of urgency here early on in the second half. They take that opening kickoff, march 80 yards and score, and then rally to the ball. Good right there. They'll actually give Norton a loss of a half a yard. It'll be second and just over 10 yards on this play. Broadhead now, the fullback. They'll take it, give to Norton left side, trying to find his way. Nice block from Reed Hudson, and Norton is able to push his way forward for about 6 on the play.
Yeah, we needed to get that. Ooh, that's 4th down. I think that's just 3rd down. They marked the down marker has gone to 4th, but I think that's 3rd. 3rd and about 5. That definitely is better than where we were.
Oak Forest defender Colin Kent was real slow and wobbly to get up, and he'll trot over to the sideline there. Keep an eye on that, see if we see him back in the ball game. It will be 3rd down. 3rd and 5. A long 4, a short 5 here. Ball just over the 45-yard line, and Micah Griffin, an offset fullback. They send Norton in motion, speed motion near side, trying to get to the edge. He's got it. He's up near the 50. Ball came out at the end, but they'll mark him down right at the 50-yard line. It'll be about a yard short. It'll be 4th and 1 from the 50, and we'll see what Coach Hawkins will do. And he's got his hand on the shoulder of Daniel Patterson. Looks like the offense will stay on the field. One of those, if you can't get a yard when you need it, you don't deserve to win kind of situations.
Yeah, definitely precarious field position here at the 50-yard line. Got to get that yard here. We'll see if
2.5 to play in the 3rd quarter. PCS will break huddle. They'll go power I. 2 tight ends right. Both fullbacks left, though. Turn, give, left side, Norton. He's got the 1st down. Upended and pushed around, and he'll have enough for the 1st down, though. Good power, strong run there from Norton to get the yardage necessary, and nice blocking out on the left side of the line there of PCS.
Interesting formation that the Bobcats used that time. They had a tight end right, but they had 2 lead running backs to the left. And so they handed it to Hunter going to the left behind the 2 lead backs and ended up getting enough for the 1st down.
A lot of defenses key and shift to the tight end side as the power side. And I guess that was the play right there, kind of counter and see where, if they shift to the tight end side, we should be able to get to that edge. I formation here, Broadhead in front of Norton. Rolling out to pass is Patterson. Across the middle, just off the fingertips of Broadhead, the fullback. Wheeling out of the backfield, and I think I saw Tyler Young on that wheel route on the outside, wide open yet again.
Yeah, we had several folks wide open that time. Robbie, had he been able to corral that one, would have come close to a 1st down.
It'll be 2nd and 10. Young and Griffin will get a break. We'll see Andrew Burks and Rand Henderson in as the split receivers to the far sideline. Burks in the slot.
Overload to the right, tight end, and 2 receivers to the right side.
He turned give right side. Norton leading, trying to get a lead block, and he's hit at the 45. Tried to bounce away from it, unable to do so. So he is only going to get 2 yards every 3rd and 8 on the play. I'd like to see that wheel route again right here down the field.
Yeah, the counter play back to the right side had some, looked like it had some opening up the middle, but Hunter kind of cut it outside, and their speed caught him that time.
Alan Winford will check in as a tight end to the near side. Play clock down to 10 before the Bobcats will line up. Addison comes in motion. They fake the counter rolling. Being chased is Patterson. He's hit and dropped from the backside. Austin Lee.
I believe we're going to have to punt this time.
It'll be the first punt of the evening, dropping him back all the way inside his own 50 is Austin Lee. Well, backside protection got messed up there. And Patterson is dropped for a sack.
Yeah, they brought pressure from the backside, and we could just see sitting here, Daniel was not going to get that ball off.
So Waite's first punt of the night. Nice spiraling kick will come down to Dave Smith, and he'll wave everybody off. The ball bounces all the way down. Nice kick here inside the 10. Marked down at right about the 5-yard line where Jones will down it. Nice kick from Waits there will back up Oak Forest with just 34 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. They'll have their second possession as PCS is unable to answer the opening touchdown.
Yeah, the bad thing is we didn't get points, but the good thing is we ran another 4 minutes off the clock. So we really need to figure out our defense this time. We cannot let them go 95 yards. I guess the good thing, if they do, it's going to eat up most of the 4th quarter. So Bobcats really need to bow up right here.
They'll send a split out wide to the near side. That's Tyler Hassan. Under center is Cap DeBoss. Sends a tight end in motion. Right side, Riggins cuts it back middle where he's hit and dropped. Gain of about 3, maybe 4. Dakota Harvey on the stop.
And off to number 33, Race Riggins. In on the stop, number 67, Zach Buffkin.
Yeah, about a 5-yard gain on the play. They're still pounding the middle. They changed the formation a little bit, had a wide receiver that time, put a guy in motion, but still came right up the middle with the lead play.
Buffkin also in on that stop. Big hole in the middle of the PCS defense along the line, and that's right where Riggins runs as the 3rd quarter horn sounds. Not sure if that's an intentional alignment or if that's a miscommunication there on the hurry, but there was a huge gap from defensive tackle to defensive tackle. So at the end of the 3rd quarter, PCS still leads 28-14. Oak Forest has the ball back as they get ready to switch the fields. We'll pause at the break with them. Be back to bring you the 4th and final quarter of PCS football. And we're back here to begin the 4th quarter. Oak Forest has the ball deep in their own territory, trying to cut this deficit to a 1-score game. They trail PCS 28-14. This is the fullback Kent on the dive. Not much there.
Well, we went back to a 5-man front that time, and they tried to run that trap play to the fullback that was so effective in the 2nd quarter, and this time we snuffed it out.
Got an injured player on the field for Oak Forest. He waved somebody to come get him, but He's not going to get a break, and it's big left tackle, number 60, Daniel Henderson, 6'4", 250. And it's that right shoulder. He'll have to go down with his left shoulder this time. Toss right, Dave Smith trying to cut back. Allen Winford, backside pursuit, brings him down as he crosses the 25-yard line. It'll be near another Jacket first down.
Oak Forest finding too many holes in the Bobcat defense. First down. Bobcats using a 6-man front still. I thought they had switched to the 5, but they're still in the 6. And we just
not getting a push at the initial point.
We're standing up receiving rather than and letting them come to us rather than attacking.
Buffkin there. Ball's out on the ground. The ball came out, and they'll mark him down. Wow. All happened very fast, but it looked like Oak Forest was able to get a lucky break there. Gain across the 30, 31-yard line. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play. Will be a 3rd and 6 upcoming. Or excuse me, 2nd. They'll call it 2nd and 8. Tight end motions, gives up the middle to Kent. He's hit, but he's able to drive forward and enough for a first down. He was hit 2 yards down the field, but he's able to keep the legs churning and move the chains again.
The size and power of Oak Forest just pounding us, carrying us down the field.
Well, they'll mark it just shy. It'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
They're going to measure.
They'll wait and measure this one. 10-19 showing on the 4th quarter clock. PCS leading 28-14. Their only possession of the second half was a Troy Waits punt that pinned Oak Forest inside their own 10-yard line. And they're able to drive that punt out across the 35 to where we have it now. As they measure, looks like he's going to be short. He's going to be short. It'll be 3rd and about 6 inches.
You need to step up and make a play right here. The Jackets have 7 men on the line of scrimmage. Center, 2 guards, 2 tackles, and equivalent of 2 tight ends, plus a fullback leading. So they're just wadding up and coming at us.
Riggins in the tight I formation. They send tight end motion right. Riggins that way, spinning his way. He's got the first down and plunges forward across the 40. It'll be first down, Oak Forest, under 10 minutes to play. When you've got as much beef up front as PCS does between the tackles, it's tough to see how they're able to get into the second level to Harvey and Griffin and prevent them from coming up and making a play. Same formation, same play, right side to Riggins. Riggins dragging jerseys, and he's up near the 50-yard line. He hugged up tight to that fullback and rode him all the way up to the 50-yard line. Gain of 8 on the play.
Well, you would hope that the 6-man front we have is tying up most of the blockers so that the linebackers can fill and make the play, but there's so much beef in there that the linebackers are having a hard time seeing which way the running back's going and getting in there. So we got to figure something out pretty quick.
There you go, same formation. Send the tight end in motion, just like last time. This is a fullback, though. Met immediately in minimal gain, if anything. Tyler Henderson, Robbie Morgan, and Big Tanner McGowan combined to hold Kent to a 1-yard gain. 3rd and 1 at midfield for PCS. Another big 3rd down right here and short. Well, you mentioned it earlier how Coach Hawkins wanted to keep them in 3rd and distance and force them into passing situations. They thought that was an advantage. They go toss right here. Riggins is, well, I don't know. It'll depend on the spot. I thought he had it.
Depends where they give it. It's to the
other
side,
backwards.
So we can't really see where the forward motion is.
The near side judge marked him short, but the far side judge had the mark. and he'll move it for a first down.
Well, our fans are looking at the official on our side, but he was as far away from the play as any other official on the field. So the guy on the other side definitely had the better spot and the better vision. So got to go with where he spotted.
It'll move the chains. First down, Oak Forest at the PCS 48. Under 9 to play in the ball game. Turn give left side. This is Smith bouncing it out. He's got nothing there. 8 Bobcats met him, and Dave Smith still has not learned that edge is just not there tonight.
Yeah, the point of attack appeared to be bottled up, so he tried to cut it outside, and Robbie Morgan led the initial hit, and the other ones followed up pretty quickly.
We'll give credit to the guys at the front. They forced him to bounce, and the speed then caught up with him. Loss of 2, put the ball back. The nose of the ball is on the Oak Forest side of the 50. So it'll be 2nd and 12 with 8 to play. Tight end motion right. Give right. Riggins spinning and brought down. I see Broadhead, Robbie Morgan, and Micah Griffin emerging from the pile. Gain of 3 on the play. It'll be 3rd and 9.
The Bobcats are back in the 5-man front with 3 linebackers, and now it's 3rd and 9, and Oak Forest is where they're at this point in the game. They're in 4-down territory. They got 2 plays to make 9 yards. We'll see if the Bobcats can deny it.
7.5 minutes remaining in the ball game. Oak Forest trailing by 2 scores. They send a receiver to each side of the formation. Riggins is the running back behind Cap DeBoss. They fake it to him, rolling right. Pressured by Giroux, throwing downfield. Dakota Harvey bats it away, incomplete. Perfect coverage by the linebacker downfield, and it'll be 4th and 9.
Nice play by Dakota. The defense in the 5-3, they're playing man-to-man on those receivers, and so Dakota had picked up on the linebacker coming across, dragging across the middle, and stuck with him and did a great job. But they will be going. Nice
pressure there from Justin Giroux from his defensive end spot on the rollout to force Cap DeBoss to throw it before he was quite ready to set his feet. So 7:22 shows on the clock. 4th and 9 for Oak Forest. Ball at the PCS 47-yard line. Needed to get to about the 37 here. Cap DeBoss fakes it, rolls right, dropping, throwing it deep downfield. He's got a man down there. Incomplete through the hands of tight end Austin Lee.
Well,
ball will go over on downs at midfield to PCS.
Bobcats really caught a break there. We were in the 4-3-4, 4 defensive backs, and we still had a guy get open downfield and should have caught the ball and did not. So break to the Bobcats, so we get the ball back.
Perfect pass from Cap DeBoss, and Lee just unable to come up with it.
That's a thank you, Lord, right there.
Well, he was a tight end on the near side and drug all the way across the formation deep and crossed between 2 defenders. A little miscommunication there on the deep route. However, no harm, no foul, and PCS survives. Has it 1st and 10 near midfield. And a drive here with 7 minutes remaining would pretty much put this one away. Power I formation. They turn and toss to Norton. Right side, runs into his own man. Still on his feet, though. He'll gain a yard on the play.
Yeah, again, that interesting formation that the Bobcats had a minute ago with a tailback behind the quarterback and 2 blockers out around where a tight end would be. And there just wasn't a whole lot there. Plus, we ran into the back of a blocker. So
no gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 10. Confusion lining up. It's a good thing the play clock didn't start when it was supposed to. Same formation. They turn fake to give. Looking downfield for Jones. He's got him. Leaping grab by Jones. Tiptoeing the sidelines. Unable to stay in bounds. Wonderful catch there. Patterson to Jones. Senior to senior.
Yeah,
20-yard gain.
Really, the Bobcats came out in a running formation and then threw a pass out of it. Oak Forest actually had it well covered, but just a perfect throw by Daniel and a nice catch by Steven.
Jones was able to outleap the defender there and come down with a big catch. If nothing else, it'll run more time off this clock as we approach 6 minutes remaining. And PCS is deep in Jacket territory. At the 33, clock will start on the snap. They'll give left side Norton trying to find his way. One man to beat, and a flag comes in late.
They're going to call the holding.
Norton is still down. Took a big shot at the end of that play, trying to balance it out.
They're going to call a holding, but we were gaining too much yardage territory penalty right there.
4 penalties in this ball game. All 4 have gone on the Bobcats.
And I think
0.
all 4 major ones too, aren't they?
All 4 at least 10 yards. We've had a personal foul, 2 holdings, and a personal foul horse collar. So 1st and 20 after the penalty yardage. Ball back at the 43-yard line. Henderson is the wide out to the near side. Offset I formation with 2 tight ends. Taking toss to Norton right side. He cuts back, spinning across the 35 to about the 33, the original line of scrimmage. Close to a 10-yard gain there from Hunter Norton. He's carrying the load tonight for this Bobcat backfield, doing a tremendous job so far as we're under 6 to play here in the final quarter of action.
9-yard gain there gets us back to achievable of a first down again. You know, you feel like you can get 11 yards in 2 plays. So nice run, nice cut that time by Hunter.
Addison will split far side as the receiver. Norton will be the flanker on the near side. Jones the flanker near side. Griffin behind Patterson. They send Norton in motion. Give to Griffin left side. Trying to power his way. He's up near the 30. We'll see where they spot it.
Yeah, Micah carrying the ball. A little bit of too much of an angle towards the sideline. I think Coach Hawkins wanted him to go more straight up the field, north and south, as coaches tend to say. But brings a 3rd and 9. I imagine that we are in 4-down territory here. Although Coach Hawkins may want to get a field goal if he can to make it a 3-score game. But I don't know.
We'll see Henderson and Young, and I'm going to try to play a little prognosticator here. Tyler Young on the wheel route down the sideline has been open all night.
Or Stephen Jones at tailback. Here's fake
Jones
reverse.
takes the toss, fakes the reverse. This was good for a touchdown last week. It's good for a touchdown this week. Stephen Jones, touchdown number 2 on the night. And that one might put this one on ice.
Yeah, that was the play that J.A. is still running against us first game of the year. You know, early in the season we ran that reverse. And that time it was a fake and a run. So Troy Waits back to kick the extra point out of a Robbie Broadhead hold and a Stephen Jones snap. Good snap, good hold, good kick. Puts us up 35-14 with 4 minutes and 19 seconds left. 3rd and 9 is, when you got to play like that, is no roadblock. So Bobcats need to bow up on defense here and not give the Yellow Jackets anything else tonight. That really should do it with 3 scores. The Yellow Jackets are not a big play team, big play offense, and but this may force them into trying some big plays, which, if that's not your game, can lead to interceptions and can cause problems. You like to try to force teams out of what they do naturally, and the score and the time in the game is probably going to do that, unless they're just going to stick with it and run the clock out. But we shall see. Wait, set to kick. We'll see if he can get it in the end zone again where there's no return. And here it comes. High and deep, and I believe that was definitely going, yep, in the end zone.
That might have been his best kick of the night.
It was not real high, so it just had to get far enough. So
just over 4 to play. PCS has scored to go up 34-14 late in this ball game.
Waits has kicked off 5 times tonight, I believe, and 3 of them have been for touchbacks.
And again, we've got a pause in the action here after a kickoff. I guess
we're at that 4-minute mark again. I think apparently down this way they're still taking those water timeouts.
It's the officials' water timeout down here.
There you go. I understand. They need a blow.
Well, the way the PCS offense is playing, they've been running up and down the field just as much as the players have tonight.
That's right, and the officials are tired from throwing penalty flags against us, I think, so they need a water break.
We mentioned in the lead up to this game that PCS is on the road tonight at Oak Forest, and they will go on the road again next week to all the way up to Starkville Academy. The 2 longest road trips of the season are the last 2 road games, and they're back-to-back. So PCS wrapped up the home part of their schedule with homecoming, a big victory against Hillcrest, and then on senior night victory, possibly playoff clinching victory against Park Lane last week. And they've taken to the road here for the last 2 regular season games, and most likely a road playoff game.
Well, it's good preparation for the playoffs because if PCS makes it, which is more than likely but certainly not guaranteed at this point, it will be on the road. I don't think at any way of the alternatives can the Bobcats have a home playoff game. So
yeah, we either go on the road or we don't go at all.
We don't make it. That's exactly right, and it boils down to the Prep Parkland game next week.
Reverse and hit immediately Robbie Morgan. Let me give credit where credit's due. Robbie Morgan comes up and hits the ball carrier so hard he bounces off and spins forward 1.5 yards.
Yeah, that was fake the eye lead and hand it to a wingback coming around on a reverse. So tried something a little different that time, but again our speed snuffed it out.
They'll send a receiver right side. That's Gill. Tight eye is Riggins as the tailback. Turn and toss to him right side. Trying to find his way, but nothing doing that side. Broadhead, Addison, trying to get all the names in. Giroux and Henderson. They're under 3 to play, 35-14, PCS lead.
4th and 2, I think at this point. I'm guessing they're going to go for it, but we shall see. Defense seems to actually be playing better with a 5- and 4-man front than they did the 6-man front. Just depends on how the guys are as familiar with what they're doing.
I was about to say, it's probably a comfort level thing. They've been at 4 and 5 all season long.
Yep.
4th and 2, they turn to hand it to Reese Riggins, and it'll be close. He needed to get to about the 32-yard line. Or, excuse me, the 30. And the spot is just across the 30. So just barely by the nose of the football getting the first down is Riggins there.
2:22 left. We'll let them run the ball all the rest of the game if they want to. They do not seem to be going for the home run, although they're about to pass here.
Here's the pass from Capdebas, pumping, throwing across the middle. 3 defenders in the area. Addison step for step with Austin Lee. Wilson Benton and Tyler Young also. They're incomplete.
Yeah, well covered that time. Well covered that time. Stephen Jones coming off limping a little bit
gingerly.
here.
We'll see Lee Smith check in on defense. Like maybe a cramp here. As there hasn't been many a snap that Stephen hasn't been in on. So we need to get him rested and set for next week and the stretch run.
Yeah, I think he'll be all right. He may be a little sore tomorrow, but I guess he'll be all right.
And we've got flags and movement all over the place. It'll be a false start.
We've got freshmen in the game now.
Freshman in the game, number 99. I think that's Brennan Desper.
That's Brennan Desper.
Brennan Desper checking at defensive end, and that's one thing about Brennan. He is dynamite in the bottle. When he gets going, it's wherever he's going, it's going in a hurry and with some force. And he'll be on the right defensive end. We'll see Herron check in. Benton trying to get off the field. Don't know if we'll have a flag comes in late. PCS had 12 men on the field.
No, we have 11. Coach Hawkins is trying to convince the official we only have 10 on the field, but there's 11 out there. So
he's counting off, and we had 2 Bobcats running off the field, and then Coach Hawkins seemed to convince the official there was only 10 left. So that means
trying to anyway.
Flag is waved off. 1:30 and counting. Oak Forest has it. 3rd and 11. Coach Hawkins should run for office.
Yeah.
Right side, Riggins tripped up. On the stop is Giroux.
Patrick Irizarry coming into the ball game to relieve
Senior.
Chris Addison.
4th down for the Yellow Jackets. That was Riggins on the last carry. Gain of about 3 yards.
Addison will come off, and Lee Smith will stay. Michael Patterson at corner. So some fresh white jerseys in there now.
That's right. Lead able to give some of the other guys a chance to play a few snaps tonight.
Under a minute.
Oak Forest content just to run this thing out.
Oak Forest will wrap up their season next week at home against Bowling Green as Captain Boss will throw to the tight end, off his fingertips and incomplete. On 4th and 9, ball will go over to PCS with 31 seconds. We'll see Coach Hawkins most likely take a knee on this play.
Yep, the number 2 offense is going in, but they're not going to get to do much. So 35-14 is what appears is going to be the final score. Oak Forest battled. They never gave up, got down 21, but they did not give up. They battled all the way, so you got to give it credit to their running game doing a great job tonight.
Play clock under 7 seconds, and I'll line up in the victory formation. Broadhead will take the snap and a knee, and you can wrap this one in Bobcat blue and white. Bobcats victorious, moving to 8-2 on the year. We'll pause for just a second and be back to bring you post-game wrap-up action here from Amite, Louisiana. Again, your Bobcats victorious, 35-14 over Oak Forest Academy. We welcome you back here, Oak Forest. We're going to wrap this one up here. PCS victorious 35-14 on the road at Oak Forest Academy on their senior night. Well, it started off early. PCS scoring quickly. Stephen Jones on a 40-plus yard reception from Daniel Patterson. Then we had Patterson finding Tyler Young wide open in the back of the end zone for 2 consecutive touchdowns to go up 21-0, and then Oak Forest answered 21-7. And a long sustained drive, and then right before the half, we saw Coach Hawkins reach deep into the playbook. The hook and lateral was good for a touchdown, but Jones stepped on the sideline. So they took it, went down, and Jones ran it in from 17 yards out for his 4th score of the half. 3 through the air, 1 on the ground to move 28-7 at the half. From halftime, Oak Forest took the opening kickoff and drove it 80 yards and scored to put us all on edge here in Amite at 28-14. PCS then comes out, punts again. Oak Forest gets it, able to stall out, though, and miss on a fourth down conversion. PCS took the ball, then drove down again, and able to score to make it 35-14 as Stephen Jones took the toss from Patterson out of the backfield and faked the reverse and ran 34 yards for his second score of the night and put this one out of reach in our final score, 35-14. PCS moves to 8-2 on the year, 4-1 in conference play, and next week they will take on their final conference opponent, Starkville Academy, which is a AAA Division II South team. PCS victorious over Park Lane, and we wait to see the score of that Park Lane-Jackson Prep game, which is pretty much everything on the line for Park Lane, and Prep is into the playoffs for sure, as they're undefeated and number 1 ranked in the MAIS. They easily defeat Hillcrest tonight, and we'll wait to see how everything goes the rest of the way that way. So most likely PCS will be into the playoffs, and most likely we're awaiting the MRA-JA winner next week. And the winner of that game will be the number 1 seed out of the North, and is most likely the team awaiting PCS to come into their home field in playoff action the first round of the AAA state playoffs. Well, that's going to do it for us. We're going to wrap this one up here from Amite and get back on the road. We got a long road trip next week. We're going to need our rest. Again, our final score, PCS victorious 35-14 over Oak Forest. We thank you for joining us and appreciate all your support throughout the year. You've been watching PCS football on the Bobcat Sports Network.